What's up, guys? This is Billy Guyette with Guyette Roofing. I'm doing a roof inspection this morning. This is a Friday morning, and I get on a lot of roofs every single week, and I thought that this was a good roof to make a video on. What we've got here is we have a prospective home buyer that is in their due diligence phase buying a house. And they've asked me to come and look at the roof. They've already had a home inspection, and they just want a second opinion on the roof situation, if there's anything that they need to be concerned about. And the seller of the home has recently replaced the roof, at least within the past 3 years, probably knowing that they were going to sell the house. So what we have on this roof is a cheap roof system. Well, we don't have a roof system. We have somebody that has paid the cheapest possible roofer that they could find to just replace the shingles on the roof, completely ignoring all of the obstructions on the roof. So what we have is new shingles on this roof, but all of the flashings have been left untouched. All of the pipe penetrations, all of the vents have been left undone. So we have new shingles and what appears to be a new roof system, but we have chronic problems already. And we see this a lot, and this is just a video to prospective home buyers out there. And just be careful if you see on that Zillow listing or wherever you're looking at homes online, if you see that the roof has recently been replaced and they're marketing that as a positive thing, it's probably not. That if someone is about to sell their home, that they are going to operate within their own self-interest, and they're going to get the cheapest roof system just to say that they have a new roof system on there. And this is a case study of what we see a lot when you have someone selling a house and they're doing updates on their home. They're doing cheap updates, guys, and just be careful. And that's it. And I'm just gonna show a few things on this roof to watch out for when you're in the market for a new roof system, or if you're in the market for a new home and you think that you got a new roof on it. Watch this. All right, so we're on the front panel of the house, and you can see that these shingles right here are in pretty good condition. I think that they are no more than 3 years old. You can see we still got all the granules on here. There's no discoloration. This is still a good shingle right here. It's a fairly new shingle. I think this is a GAF charcoal shingle. And then we're on the front side of the house here. So we're gonna walk to the back side of the house, and it's usually the back side of the house where you have most of your obstructions. You can see right here all of these obstructions that we have. And by obstruction, I just mean anything that penetrates the roof. So we have a classic lead pipe collar right here. Lead is actually a good pipe collar unless you have a lot of trees over your house. Squirrels live in the trees, and for whatever reason, squirrels like to chew on lead pipe collars. And this one actually looks okay right here, but you can see that this pipe collar was probably the original pipe collar, and this roof has probably had 2 to 3 different shingle systems put on it. And you can see how we've already got just a lot of tar caked on here. This actually isn't that bad, and I don't know if this will actually leak, but it's still good to change your pipe collars when you are replacing your roof system. This pipe collar right here shows what squirrels do to lead pipe collars. So this is definitely an active leak right here. You can almost see down into the attic there. Every time it rains, water's getting between this cast iron pipe and the lead pipe boot and going straight into your attic system. So that is squirrel teeth marks right there. They've just been chewing on that. But this pipe collar looks like it was original. It's an old pipe collar. They left it on. Then we've got these big louver gable vents. We have 2 of them. These are definitely original to the house. These are just a form of attic ventilation, and you can see that we have new shingles, or newer shingles. These aren't brand new, but we already have tar and silicone caked on the sidewall of these louver vents. You can just see how nasty that is right there. Not sure if this is actually leaking, but it's definitely a disservice to the homeowner to inherit this problem if they think that they have a new roof system. It's best to change these old louver vents out, or in this case, you can even eliminate these vents and install a ridge vent at the top. This is another thing. We've got 2 attic fans on this house. There's a power attic fan, and then we've got another power attic fan over there. When you have 2 forms of ventilation on your house, they actually work against each other. So you can see that they left the old power attic fan on the roof. You can see all the tar here. It's just caked up tar. It's pretty nasty. When you have 2 forms of ventilation on your roof, they tend to short circuit each other. So this attic fan, instead of pulling hot air from the attic, it's actually going to be pulling hot air or air from the outside from this vent right here. So you either want to have one or the other, but you don't want to have both. So we have ventilation problems, and then the old ventilation obstructions or vents and attic fans were just left. They were not updated at all, and the flashing indicates that. So you want to have new flashings with your roof system. We've got more old lead pipe collars, lots of silicone and tar, roof cement caked on there. We've got a low profile vent right here. Same thing, old vent. You can see somebody stepped on it right here, dropped a bundle of shingles. We have silicone all around the edges already. We've got a water heater pipe. The base flashing wasn't changed, the storm collar wasn't changed, and we just have years worth of roof cement caked on there. Got a furnace pipe right here. There's no storm collar. So this water heater has a storm collar. That's this thing, and that keeps wind-driven rain out. Fits nicely. It fits tight over the base flashing, which is this. And then you seal the storm collar. This is still old, but at least the system is right. This furnace pipe doesn't have the storm collar. You can see the pipe coming up through the roof, and then they've just caked on all types of sealant on that. And that's just gonna cause problems down the road. We've got another large louver gable vent. So you can see all the tar caked on it. You can see that somebody has either stepped on this or dropped shingles. You can see the big dent in there. It's got a TPO flat roof system that actually doesn't look that bad, but then you start taking a closer look at the flashing details. We have apron flashing on top of the shingles right here. This should actually be wall flashing, and the shingles should be on top of the flashing, not underneath. So right here, for instance, if you have a strong wind-driven rain, you're gonna get water to go underneath there, and that just goes straight into the attic space, the house right there. So that is a surefire way to create a leak. Then we've got another lead pipe. Then we've got a power mass pipe collar, and you can see that from day one that they've had issues right here. This is where the power to the house connects to the street power, and should have used a zip pipe boot right here. I'm not sure what they did here, but it looks like they actually got called back. This is fairly new roof cement, so instead of doing it right, they just caked a bunch of roof cement all over the shingles. That's actually probably going to keep the water out for a year or two, but that leak is going to return. That's it. I hate to be so negative. We just see this a lot when we're inspecting roofs that have new shingles on them, or newer shingles on them. So this is just a warning to home buyers and people in the market for a roof replacement. Just vet your roofing contractor. make sure that they're going to change out all the flashings, and make sure they're going to install a complete, oh, that was a wasp or a bee that just flew right at me. Anyway, make sure they're going to install a complete new roof system and not just change out the shingles. This is Billy Guyette with Guyette Roofing.